favorite character. This is my stack of books. Look at them. They're like fully bloomed now. It's crazy. Hey. We're going to do a Michael strip. I don't really vlog, but we're gonna try it because I'm gonna make a book, the tiny little books for the TBR jar. I have a lot of materials at home. It's just I don't have that foam because I want to have a foam board, and we're gonna try and be good at Michael's. I think we will because if you don't know, I'm an arts and craftsy type of gal, so I actually own a lot of materials. There is really no reason for me to be buying anything, so but this is the one thing I didn't own, so hopefully I can find something that's pretty thin and then go straight home so we can start this project, because I really want to, even though I'm not going to use it yet because I already have a TBR right now that I'm working on. But I think it'll be fun. I know you guys have probably seen this a trillion times, but it's you know, a journey. It's never thought I would be making a TBR jar, you know, so excited. Okay guys, I want to show you what I got at Michael's, and you know the goal was mainly for this guy, in order to make the books, and this only cost 99 cents, so I got like 4 of these. I know they sold them in a bigger size, but then for me I was thinking like how I print my full page paper, my 8x11 paper. I feel like this one's good so I don't have to like trim it so much if I did use a bigger sheet. There's a miniature TBR cart. Our room is pretty small, so I don't own a TBR cart like this. I know a lot of people do, and I always wanted one, but like, or some type of, doesn't have to be the exact same one. But I was like, well, since I don't have room, a miniature version is gonna do just fine. I got stickers for what reason, I don't know. They just got me. I got a tumbler. This was like very cheap. I don't know if it was like only $2, but it is to put on your tumbler, and I'm not the type to put decorations on my tumbler, just because like, to me, I don't know. I don't know. But it was very inconvenient at most times when I have to like go somewhere real quick and I just want to get my wallet or whatnot, and so I thought this was pretty cool. I was like, wait a minute, now it can be a purse. And I've always seen all sorts of cool purses for people's tumblers, but this is like nice, cheap, waterproof, so I'm good with that guy. I got a headband because it's rainbow, and I own so many. I have so many cool ones. I have Pokemon ones, frog ones, but a really cute bow one in rainbow color. You know what? The truth is, the under $5 section just got me, okay? Like, I got a little treasure chest that I may or may not decorate. I just got it because it was also $1. I thought, look at this. Yes, I did get a dragon. I showed you dragon section, and this is the one I came out with. But my thinking was I was gonna put the treasure chest of books, of like forbidden books or like fantasy books or whatnot, right, behind my little dragon. And then also that's why I got the trees. Wasn't necessary to get these messy trees just to make it look more I don't know. I have a vision, and you'll see the vision eventually. But yeah, that's what I got. This little chest for books, and then I also got a little hidden book for secret stuff. I mean, I'm not gonna put TBR books in here. I know some people do, but honestly, I might put some other things. I don't know. I have some like cool knickknacks for things, or for decoration wise. I don't really care too much of the cover. I just thought it was nice. There was like a darker one, but I didn't want it. That the binding was gonna look like this mixed with my books, and I think that's gonna look really nice. But yeah, it's like cool. I've always wanted this little secret stash, or like the stash. But yeah, a little disappointed. I was only supposed to get these. But also, I'm going to use all of this stuff. Besides the stickers. Stickers always takes me like a while to use. But all of this stuff is things I need. What I think I need. This is like a stamp cleaner. I have hella stamps, so I thought that was nice. But yeah, let's get this project started. They have Oathbound. What? And only for $16 for hardback, y'all. You kidding? Oh, also, my favorite character. And not, I think maybe in the whole thing, my favorite character. I would just get that volume for that. Baby books, workbooks. Oh. Everyone's favorite. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Find something? Good morning to you too. So I have finally finished printing out my TBR prompts that I made, and I will explain later how long this took me, but I'm just right now in the moment so happy to be done, and I can't wait to show you what they're gonna look like. So I'm just so extra. Like I just had to make TBR prompts, and on top of that, which I'm not done, is make tiny little TBR books on top of it. Why am I so extra? I will find any excuse to like bust out my arts and crafts, y'all. It's gonna be so cute. Yeah, I like the purple flowers, that's why. They're also facing the sun. Yo, my new duckies. Yo, my new, you're so cute. You hear their noises? They're the little duckies. Super windy outside right now. Like the plants are rustling. Ooh. Alright. First time with the mic. Didn't really like how the mic ever looks, so it's very distracting, I feel. Or at least to the outfit, but I'm just wearing a t-shirt, so it's whatever. But we'll try it here for now. Update time. Don't normally do vlogs, but or I wasn't really planning to, but I feel like if it's book related or somewhat book related, or if I just had a good day, maybe just like a few clips here and now. But I finished one. Okay, so I was in the middle of two projects. One project was making tiny books for a TBR jar because I'm extra like that. Your girl can't just have like pictures of the books. No, I had to create mini books. I had to. And as someone who's like very into arts and crafts, I couldn't help myself. And I had all the materials but the foam. So I'll show myself like creating that. I know I went to the store and everything. I didn't finish putting my, I had sticker paper. So once I printed everything, I didn't finish putting it all onto the foam because I had problems like cutting the foam. And I don't know, I couldn't cut it straight, and you'll see it here, but let me show you. So this is the jar for now, which will not fit all my books that I currently own. It's in order. It looks perfectly organized right now because I'm trying to make sure the sticker doesn't like flap out. But it's adorable. Like, how could you not? You know what I mean? How could you not create one? Like, oh, perfect. I'm actually almost done with this book right now. Can't wait to talk about it for like a reading wrap up type video, but A Sorceress Comes to Call. Wonder if you're gonna focus. Look how cute. Okay, like this is what I'm currently reading. These books are adorable. So I have one called the TBR jar, right? If we were to pull anything from it, this again will not fit everything. So I'm gonna figure out once I create all the books, but can't wait to finish the jar. That's like not a huge priority for me because I have so many other projects I'm working on. Another thing I was finished though, which took a couple of days to do. It took me days, okay? Because again, I'm just so extra. You can do all this on a piece of paper and write it down. Personally, I have a printer, so I would just type it up and then cut it that way. Trying to like save my wrist because I have better wrists. So that being said, I still do like very tedious stuff, but I took a couple prompts. I don't think I have 100. I'm not sure. It feels like a crap ton, but I was not satisfied of just typing out a prompt and then putting it on a paper, even if it's colorful paper or whatnot. I had to create little TBR cards, right? And when I was looking up how people created their TBR cards, it's really like up to you how you make your TBR cards. I didn't want to, I more like I reflected to myself, right? Like, Kim, can you actually really create cards? And then like, I don't know how to shuffle, and the paper type that I was going to be using for these cards and all this other stuff, right? And I was just like, you know what, forget it. Let's actually just make them very tiny cards. Not tiny, but tiny enough where I'm like utilizing a full 8x11 paper instead of like printing hella. I was debating between plain paper versus cardstock paper. Again, these are things I already own because I've been hoarding crafts for years. And if I did plain paper, I want to laminate. Yes, I do have a laminator because of course I do. But then that would use up more material paper if I'm going to be, not paper, but more material cost. I don't have that much laminating sheets. So I feel like, okay, if I'm going to be doing like damn near close to like 100 prompts, and even if they're tinier TBR cards, it's going to take more time just to print them out because I wanted them to last a little bit longer. And so I did a test sheet for printing on cardstock paper. And when I printed on cardstock paper, so this stack of books is right here, they lasted, I feel like it would last longer throughout time, definitely like if I'm shuffling around them. I just didn't want them to bend or crease as easy versus paper. And that was the solution. I know, a roundabout way. This is like my thought process. I couldn't just make TBR card prompts, okay, like a roundabout way. I kept them in here for now. I got this on sale. They actually stack at the Container Store. There's like a third one, but I'm not gonna grab it. So they actually stack. But again, once I finish the jar, it will not fit. So this might be like a jar for all books I've read instead. But let me show you. I think I already filmed a couple clips of me creating the TBR card. So this actually might just be, let me show you the finished product part. Oh my God, they're not going to be forever in this home. I actually want to go to either Daiso or I think Michael's had it too, but it's like a very tiny baby crate. I'm so extra, I hate it. It can't just be any, or a container, maybe like a ceramics container if I can find around here. I'll put it in a ceramics one, but for now I think it actually fits perfect here. I just need to know how to like shuffle. But I'll show you the final results of my tiny version of TBR cards. So this is called the TBR prompts. Oh my God, they're babies. Yes, I did. I have a subscription to an emoji or like an icon web page service. I'm not sure what's officially called. I do pay like every year for this to use it, as long as you don't like do it for like, you're not taking the art and then sell it as your own. No, this is just for like a personal project, and I use the same icons on my personal Notion. So this is all just for personal use, right? So I took these and I created these little back cards. So that's what the back of it's gonna look like. I have a crap ton. Let me show you the total amount. These are all the TBR prompts. Look at that. Put in a dark side of the camera. I didn't want to repeat too many, and now that I think about it, honestly, I should have repeats. I was like, oh, should I take out one card and then put it in like, okay, I've already done it? It's like, no, there's like some that I want these prompts to repeat. You know, for example, okay, like as I like cut the deck, look at this. This one is a book set in a different country. And this is the back side. Sorry, this is what the back one is. But how cute. I don't know. I just like cute things. And so it was totally worth my time. I did this all on Canva, but it was totally worth my time. Like if I look through, this is a cute one too. I can't read it backwards because the camera shows the backwards. Book with fall vibes. Like, I tried to pick the best icon that fits like these prompts. And so it was really fun. I had fun in the process, but after 3 days, I was like, Kim, why are you like I was regretting myself as a creator, not creator like on here, but just as someone who loves to create things. But at the same time, I will go 0 to 100 for any project that requires like arts and crafts, like any excuse. I was like, oh wait, you said TBR jar? Let me go like 100 on this and perform like the best I can to make tiny books, right? And like, oh, TBR prompts? Oh, let me do me being like the 100% self of, I don't know. It's funny. I don't know how to explain it. If you can relate, let me know. But for me, it was an excuse to be super creative. And like a book with a sword on the cover. So I think this is going to be fun to pull, you know what I mean? Not just for you, but honestly for me. Because who knows, like I don't just read for like the content, right? I honestly read to have fun, and it is my like, not just have fun, but this is my getaway. I needed it lately a lot, going through things, and so reading has been my savior. But yeah, I just wanted to update you. They're finished. I wanted to do, today, filming this right now is March 30th. So I actually wanted to pull one of these cards for the month of April. So I'm happy. That's why I didn't want to prioritize. The TBR jar is going to take a while to finish because it's so tedious to cut up those foam pieces. But I do have one prompt on here. There's no way I'm going to be able to find it. Oh my gosh, I don't know. You're going to be surprised. Stick around so you can see the rest of my cards. But there's some of these, just even looking through it right now, they're just adorable. Oh, one of these have the same icon for like 5-6 prompts, and there's an amount of pages. So this is like the 101 to 200 pages. Like, I just can't wait to pull from here and show you guys. So yeah, my mind goes everywhere. So if I'm like off topic a lot, maybe because I'm just super excited, but cannot wait. I read a lot of good books. I need to finish 2 books for this month. I'm almost done. Not really almost done for Bloodborne. Oh my god. I think I still have half the book left. It's just I switched over to Sorceress Comes to Call because I've been, I guess, update time for what I'm reading. Might as well grab those books right now. Moving on from the TBR prompts. This is just a full-on update video. So, moving on. Today I want to finish these 2 books because it's the end of March. That's why I wanted to do like bi-monthly reads, because normally I wouldn't care for finishing a book within the month, as long as I finish within the 2-month span is my kind of thing. So it's less pressure of like, oh, it's okay, like if you have a few pages. But I don't know, I do want to wrap it up because I feel like I was so excited, and now like the excitement is dying down the longer I wait to finish these books. But Sorcerer Comes to Call, I've read that for like 2 days and I'm almost done because it's the audiobook. I started listening to the audiobook while reading along. It's so good. We'll talk about it in the video, but it's so good. Let me bring it up. This is my book bag. But so finishing this up, if you love this book or even like moderately like it, I want to annotate it in a little bit more, but also like now this page means something to me. I don't know. We're almost done. I'll show you how far we are. We're like around here, so I just need to finish that much. But Sorcerer Comes to Call, that'll be an easy finish after I finish filming and editing, or at least uploading. And then I love this series so much. I don't know. Am I just lately for the book series I've been reading? Oh no, I guess the other one was a series. It was more of like a duology for, gosh, The Monk. Oh, the one I read last month or in the last video. It's like 2 books, and I like the second book more when the first one, normally the first book is always stronger. Normally. I know that's not the case for all series, but I enjoyed the second book, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm enjoying the second. Maybe not as much as the first, but a pretty damn near like high, like this is already 5 stars to me, but I didn't even finish it yet. Who knows? I don't know. Like this is extremely enjoyable read. There's like a page here that I think I put the bookmark at the top, that I literally annotated the crap out of it because I was like screaming. I was like, that's right, Brianna, speak it to the, like, I don't know, I was like, yell it to the, like how much I annotated in it. The whole 2 pages. I haven't done that in any of my books before. Whole 2 page worth of like almost highlighting. I'm actually pretty like, I don't highlight a lot. I like to keep certain things or like dialogue I want to keep. I don't know, if there's too much highlighting, then for me personally, I don't know why I highlighted it for, and it gets too overwhelming and I might as well just reread the book at that point for me. So yeah, for me to be highlighting 2 pages worth, I'm like, damn. I do have the 3rd book in hardback, but I did plan to replace these with hardbacks because I feel like definitely for a series that's my personal favorite, I want them in hardback, but I don't want to let go of these because now I have an emotional attachment. I thought I would not have an emotional attachment to stuff like that, but to be in the first copies that like I just poured my heart and soul in. If you could relate.
I don't know, but this is I journal a lot, and one of the journal cases I have was a One Piece one, and the One Piece case for my journal came with this, and lately this has been my book bag for throwing it in my purse because it doesn't protect it, just protects it from dirt, not really like the pages bending or whatever, but it's good enough. Like your girl can't find like a good subtle book bag that's not like taking up hella space in my purse. This is like thin enough, but tangents aside. Okay, let's reset. Let us reset the book haul. We went to a warehouse. They were having a warehouse sale at one of the bookstores somewhat nearby. I don't go to this one often. To me personally, it's not the closest one to our house. And so, but it's close enough. It's not that far of a drive, like less than 20-minute drive. So close enough. And they were posting what they were having $5, $7, and $10 books on sale. So as much as like I don't enjoy, I mean, I enjoy getting books, don't get me wrong, but I don't like to purchase books if I haven't researched at least a decent amount into it, because in my head, I'm just like, well, if I'm just going to browse around and not know and then drop moolah on it, you know, like drop the dough on it, I might as well just go to the library. You know what I mean? Like I might as well go to the library at that point. I don't need to own these. But because they were just like $7 to $10, I told myself like, well, if it's interesting enough, or maybe you might have noticed some titles, who knows, right? I don't know how many like new or old books they're gonna have on sale. It's my first book sale, I guess, minus elementary school, but one that I'm like going into searching for novels for. Again, I keep saying that, but I ignore the manga section because I am a collector. I am a collector through and through. I can't just buy one because it's interesting. I want to buy the whole set. And so I try to ignore the manga section as much as possible because I have to be very strategic with that. I have a plan. I have a vision when it comes to my manga and what I want to own. So I'm very strict with myself for that. But for for novels, I'm like, let's just get anything that sounds fun. But here, I'll show you. I'll show you what my partner got. He doesn't really read books too much, but I'm happy he got some stuff because I didn't want it to be a boring experience for him. So I'm pretty happy he got some stuff. So I'll show you that. Won't go too deep into detail about it, but just because it's his, and I don't know, I'm just like, you won't really see it on my channel as much, or who knows. But I'll show you my picks. So happy. I'm so happy. So let's start talking about what we got at the Book Inks. Okay. I bought one full price, okay? And to be fair, me getting this at the Books Inc., what's it called? Or not, oh, well, that's the place. That's what it's called. They have like a couple stores around here in California. But when I saw it, this book was on my wish list for a while, ever since I've heard of it. And the cover is just gorgeous. I just could not step away. And because I know what it's about, slightly know what it's about, well, not even slightly, honestly, barely at this point, because I researched it a long time ago. The fact that it was right in front of my face, and I don't know when the next time this will be in front of my face, I had to get it. So that one was like $24.99. I will show it to you in a bit. Or I guess I'll show it to you now because I don't want to go too much. Definitely something that I'm anticipating that I have searched up in the past. And even though I forgot the reason why it was on my wish list, which for me it's a good thing because I get to go into the book not knowing almost close to nothing because of my bad memory, but there she is. What is it? Victorian Psycho by Virginia Theo. I could be pronouncing this wrong. I'll look it up. Nope, I'm using my phone actually to film this, so I was gonna look it up for a pronunciation. And I know actually there's a couple authors here. I might pause and make sure I pronounce them right, but if not, I'll look it up later too. But this is the book. It matches my plants. You can't see it, but it matches my plants. Sounds like a little bit messed up towards the end or whatnot. It's a novella because it's very small, and definitely definitely with like small books like this, definitely with novellas, I try not to know too much because it only takes like a couple hours or so, depending on your speed of reading, maybe even like 2 or 3 to finish it. And so I feel like reading too much, even just a little bit of like the suspense, might ruin it for me, and I really don't want to get ruined. So just to let you know, this is the full price book I bought. I will let you know in the reading wrap up how it goes. I'm really happy. Okay. Drinking break. Hold on. Happy lemon. Lemon, Yakult, aloe. Drinking break. Okay. Awesome. All right. Pull you up. That was our full price. So what else we got on sale? We got 4 books for $10, 2 books for $7, and then 10 books for $5. So at least the bulk of it was $5. And then we got 1 calendar for $1 because all calendars are $1. And just briefly, I will show you the calendar that we chose. This Joe's gonna bring this to work. My partner's gonna bring it to work. And so, because I'm more of an electronic calendar person, like if you ever work and use your calendar, like Outlook, for example, or like Google Calendar. I use Notion Calendar, so it's like a combination of all the calendars. Mine looks just as hectic with the blocks and everything. So I prefer digital, but this one's for Joe for his work, and it's the famous photographer, if you heard of him, Ansel Adams. How could we say no to this? How could we say it was only $1? It may not be the other editions, which I would prefer the Yosemite. There's 2 other editions. I would honestly prefer the other 2 editions, but this one's just as beautiful. I wish I bookmarked the pages. They had a full exhibit in the San Francisco museum, I believe. We weren't able to actually go, and maybe they'll come back. I don't know if it's still there. It's been actually a long time, but for an example, beautiful works. So I was like, what? We practically get like a good chunk of the prints of this photographer for $1. Like, how could we say no to that? How could we say no to that? Showing you all the beautiful naturey ones, just to emphasize. I believe this is like long exposure. Long exposure time with film. Oh my gosh, let me not say like too much because I may be saying it all wrong, but because I haven't looked up the history. But that is an example of one of the things we got. That was the calendar. Now I'll show you what we got for Joe's books. Joe's the name of my partner, so if I say Joe, it's mainly my partner's name, or like I'm referencing to my partner. But very interesting. Okay, he normally doesn't read either. My plant. He normally doesn't read either. My plant's in my way. So I'll show you what he got that he found very interesting. We're film nerds, just like a little background. So to this is like pretty like interesting, but talking pictures, how to watch movies. So when I was reading the back, it really is a breakdown of like how to enjoy or like how to, well, I'll read the back for you for this one specifically because this is something I most likely will be reading, but like not anytime soon, just something that's one of his that I can read. It's like in Talking Pictures, a veteran film critic, Anne Hornaday, walks us through the production of a typical movie from script and casting to the final sound edit and explains how to evaluate each piece of the process. How do we know if a film is well written, above and beyond snappy dialogue? What goes into the praiseworthy cinematography, editing, and sound design? And what does a director really do? Full engaging and interviews with actors and filmmakers, and with an updated epilogue on the important question of representation in the film and industry. Talking Pictures will help us see movies in a whole new light, not just fans, but film critics in our own right. So, I don't know, that may sound boring to you. Like I don't know. You don't really need to be told. You're not being told, but I think it's very interesting to read about from another person's like breakdown of how to enjoy or how to break a film down. Me and Joe are pretty good already. I consider ourselves pretty good already when it comes to breaking down film and truly enjoying it, and or like, you know, criticizing like the stuff that we criticize film for. We go into the specs and the details. Okay, so this to us is like, oh yeah, let's do it. But yeah, this is one of his. Another one is Anthony Bourdain Confidential, the annotated edition. Don't ask. Don't ask. This is his book, all right? Who is it? Who did this? This is a bunch of people. Look how the back is. It's like written. It's funny. It is annotated pretty much. I think I bookmarked. Okay, so that's what the inside looks like, right? I love books that have like annotations in them by the author or by a character that is in the book. I think it's fun. But also they have like pictures of him when he was younger. They have more, but for those who actually want to pick up the book, I won't show too much. But if you watch a show, you know. But yeah, it's pretty good. This is one of his. Gonna move on, but it's a pretty cool one. I feel like I most like to read this book if I get prompted to, because it fits a prompt that I have. So most likely to read if I was prompted to. Another one that we picked up was called Encyclopedia. Another thing we are mostly Joe, but cycler. He's actually out cycling right now. I haven't been cycling in a while. Oh, sorry. Oh, you're gonna hear me tap my mic. Oh no, I have to get used to wearing one. But yeah, he's cycling right now. I haven't been cycling, but we have a couple bikes, and this is honestly the artwork. And again, for only $5, the artwork on this one is cool. I bookmarked already, so I can save time since I refilmed this. Look at that. Beautiful. I actually want to get rid of my road bike. I have a nice road bike, but I want a terracotta one. And it is true, to be honest. When you pick out a bike, you want to pick out a bike that will make you want to ride it as more, even if it's like aesthetics reason, you know what I mean? Like, if you love how it looks, you're most likely to use it. Unless you're someone who doesn't care about that stuff. And I know people in my life who could give less of a crap about the aesthetics of things, and I honestly envy them because they can just do whatever. Meanwhile, it takes me so much more motivation to do something. So anyways, Encyclopedia. I'm off to a tangent. I'm trying to make this quick, but it's not working. It's not working. Ooh, okay, another one. This is actually for both of us. We might gift this one, but it's called, I need to read it first before I gift it because I need to make sure it's good. Helena Filipina. Oh, I'm sorry, I shook you. Let me like have you guys stop moving. Stop. Helena Filipina. If you don't know, I'm half black, half Filipino. So if I like look into books by Filipino authors, or if I like tend to go towards also more black authors, it's because I'm just the best of both worlds. Anyway, just like a brief thing about myself. It's a graphic novel, so I'm excited. I want to read this one. New Yorker in Manila. I've been to the Philippines a couple times, so I know, and definitely Manila. So I can't wait. We'll see. I already like looked at a couple pages, and they say some, it's in English, but they do say some things that are Tagalog. And, oh, actually, you know what? No, they do. There's a couple things that they say in Tagalog. So this will be fun of like a mixture of English and Tagalog together. But yeah, Helena Filipina. We'll see. I hope it's good. If not, I still think it's fun. I've never read one that was a graphic novel. Ooh, this one's exciting. Again, this is for the both of us, and this is what you would call a coffee book table. It's Mr. Rogers in the neighborhood. Oh, let me cover that up. Like, Need I say more? Why would you not get this? Well, like, this is behind the scenes essentially to Mr. Rogers, or the making of Mr. Rogers. Look, they even have a breakdown of the script. Like, I love that stuff. I was talking to a friend about like how we enjoy looking at the script for certain films. I don't know. I did bookmark it so I can show you exactly what I want to show you. Like, how could you not get happy? We were talking to the cast register people about this too, because they're like, Mr. Rogers, and we're like, yeah. But yeah, Mr. Rogers. Just wanted to show you a little bit. Drink break. It's very sugary. Let me get some water. Who has 2 drinks on deck? Who does? Raise your hand if you normally have 2 drinks on deck. Okay. I learned my lesson last time when I was filming a video for a stream or a game that took me like an hour to do, and my voice was killing me because I didn't drink water, so I learned my lesson. Last book that Joe got. It's actually more like photography. I'm not going to show you exactly what's inside. I told him I was not sure because it was so small. Like, there's only a few pictures in here, but this is his. And the fact that he was even interested in getting anything, like, I wanted to be there for him for that. I was like, yes, like, whatever you want, babe, whatever you want. Like, you know, because he just waits around, or like, he does look around, but if I go too often to bookstores, then he's kind of over it. But he had a fun time when we were at the warehouse sale. I think because they're on sale, it was more justified. So he definitely doesn't like it when I get full price books, which I understand. But yeah, I can't show you anything, so we're going to move on. This is actually pretty dirty inside. Photography, all right? There's some pictures in there that I cannot show you to. Finally, I will show it again because it's just so lovely. This is my stack of books that we're going to be going through. Stick with me if you're truly interested. There is not, I think honestly, only one of them is something that you may recognize on BookTube and TikTok and whatnot, and just being at the front of the bookstore because it's always at the front of the bookstore. But besides that, I think most of these you probably have never heard of. And me neither. So we'll see. If you have, I'll say this again towards the end, but please let me know if you have read any of these books. I would love to. These are books that I picked that I didn't pull out my phone, honestly, because my hands were full, but I didn't pull out my phone to actually do thorough research on. I was just persuaded by one, the look, because I am like book on its cover, like basic book on its cover type person, and then like the contents inside. So even prettier books that I saw there, I didn't get because like after reading the synopsis, I was like, the hell? I was like, yeah, never mind. You pretty, but I was like, you pretty, even if you're $5 and you have a pretty cover, I'm not gonna get you, you know? So I do have some self-restraint, okay? But I thought they'd be very interesting, and also I thought they would fit some prompts. I do not buy books based on because I have a prompt for it. Let me just say that, okay? But it was like another like check off, like, yeah, you know, honestly, this fits that, and that, justified enough for me to get it. So hopefully I can speedrun this. I did want to read portion of the back of the books, but I tried in the last video when I realized like my audio was just horrible. And some of them I keep like butchering, so we're just gonna speed through this section. But one of them is called Japanese Death Poems, written by Zen monks and haiku poets on the verge of death. This one caught my attention because it says it's like death poems, and to me that stuff is very interesting. I did bookmark a section that I wanted to read to you guys. Hopefully I can put it up. Maybe over here I'll put it up. But it tells you who it's about that passed away. Then it gives it to you in English, and then right next to it will be in Japanese. Right? So that's the breakdown of how they say it. And then they'll further explain it to you, exactly the breakdown. Because, you know, when it comes to translation between English doesn't fully translate what in a different language that word truly means, right? So just because I have like a literal translation doesn't really mean it's the same effect it does in Japanese. So I like that they will break it down. I won't read the full thing, but I'll read the English and what the person is. But So this one says, like, died on the 19th day of the 19th month, 1722, at the age of 47. My body useless. At the last persimmon on the tree. And then the paragraph underneath it breaks down what, like, persimmon means in that specific term and stuff like that. So very short. They're haikus. I love it. I don't know. I just like this stuff. You know, I don't know. This makes me happy. This is also a book that I would not, like, try to finish in one sitting. This is the type of book that I don't normally read poems, and so the closest thing I've gone to a poem was literally like a haiku, not haiku, but not the volleyball anime, but the actual, like, poem anime. If you know what I'm talking about, maybe I'll put it up. But that's the closest I've ever gone close to what a haiku is based on that anime. And besides that, like, yeah, no other background. But this is something I would read every once in a while, or if I just want to enjoy, like, a beautiful poem. So it's like come in and out. It's not like finish it all in one sitting type thing, you know, or like in a week or a month. It's something I want to go back and forth to. Okay. This one, give me a second. I might need to know how to pronounce this one. This is another book I got. It looks super fun. Like, look at the cover, right? So give me a second. Let me look this up. No, I don't know. Okay, it's fine. This is another one I got. It looks very fun. It has a very similar art style to another book I got. And this is by Fernando A. Flores. I can't wait. It's a short story as well. So we'll see how that one goes. And right after that, I have one called Medusa's Angles by A.S. Byatt. Like, look at the cover, first of all. I'm not one to, like, be a sucker for the type of, like, a string or rope or banner or chains or flowers doing this effect, wrapping around like a heart or a skull. I'm not that type of, I don't know. I just don't, it's not attractive to me, but doesn't mean the contents inside is bad. It's just like, it's not eye-catching to me. But I thought it was hilarious because it's something like, it's not like too much appealing to me. It has a lobster in the middle. Y'all, it has a lobster in the middle. What is this about? Ooh, it's a bunch of like short stories. This one I will read the back too because the short story ones are like really fun. But mirror shattered at the hairdresser when a middle-aged client explodes in rage. Snow dusts the warm body of a princess, honing it into something sharp and frosted. Summer sunshine flickers on the face of a smiling child who may or may not be real. Medusa Angles celebrates the very best of A.S. Byatt's short fiction, carefully selected from a lifetime of writing. People by artists, poets, and fabulous creatures, the story is blazed with creativity and color. From ancient myths to a candy factory, from a Chinese restaurant to a Mediterranean swimming pool, from a Turkish bazaar to a fairy tale palace, Byatt transports her readers beyond the veneer of ordinary, even beyond the gloss of fantastical, to places rich and strange and holy and unforgettable. I don't know. How can I not? And I love short stories. I absolutely love short stories. Some short stories may not be bangers, and some of them go so hard that you wish they were a whole novel's worth. But I love just going into like a little story. I don't know. I can't wait. So that's another one. And when I talked about how similar they are in like the look at the banner style. I don't know. I remember I used to draw banners. So just reminded me of that. This one, so I recorded this previously and it ended up being crap. So last night I log all my books. Normally this is what I do right after I purchase a book. I log it onto my Notion, have a whole sheet, we'll do a whole video on it. And eventually, not now, but eventually, just to make sure I know how much I'm spending like in books in total. Like if I spent like, oh, you spent like 3,000 that year or whatever, right? That's just an example. I have not, I checked. But I did not know this was nonfiction. Who knew? I mean, after reading the back, I was like, oh, yeah. This sounds like real life. Unfortunately, because it sounds terrible in the back. So I was just like, no, this is the now. This is very much the now. So who knows? I thought it was like the cover got me. The cover got me. What could it be? Right? But it's called Hogs Wild by Ian Fraser. Who knows? I hope it's good. I'll read the back because you need to know why I got it. A master of both distilled insight and utter nonsense, the believer, Ian Fraser is one of contemporary America's most gifted chroniclers. While traveling down to examine feral hogs, he learns that their presence in a country is a strong indication it votes Republican. He introduces us to a man when his house is hit by a supposed meteorite. Hopes to transform the errant object into an opportunity for his family, and follows a New York City. Besides the meteorite part, I'm sorry, I was like, oh my god, this is real life. But a New York detective fascinated with rap music, related crimes, alongside delighted in the absurdities of contemporary life. The collection further exposes our social reality, pieces on soup kitchens, opioid overdose deaths in Staten Island, and the rise of homelessness in New York City under Mayor Michael Bloomberg. To read, I don't want to read the rest, just blurbs. And that's this book, and we're going to move on. Oh my gosh. I don't know, these are very colorful books I got, y'all. And speaking of colorful books, this one's called Something New Under the Sun by Alexandra Kleeman. I feel like I have seen this before. I do not know. Maybe on some like news article or whatnot, or like books of the year, books in the last 100 years. I don't know, something like that. It looks familiar. Maybe it's not. My only gripe about this one, as of right now, when I purchased, like I got it, is that the permanent sticker of saying like one of New York's notables books, because the title and the author's name takes up the whole page. It takes up the whole page. The only room for the art is the background and the foreground, and so the sticker had to choose. They had to choose the permanent sticker. Where the hell it's gonna, and you have a blurb on top of it. So, prime real estate is taken. So where else would you put the permanent sticker? Dab in the freaking middle, almost near the middle, where the whole point, like the cover. Stupid. I know some people hate stick, and some people can ignore this, but like this is literally the focal point. How could you? The focal point is right there, and you placed it next to the focal point. Interesting book. Are you interested? You can just, honestly, you can just skip this part if you're not interested. The back of the book. I will read the synopsis to you. Just because, I don't know, it would be cool. I would like to document why the hell I chose that. Because best believe in a month's time, because I probably won't read any of these for April's. Who knows? We're going to pull it out for our April jar, but feels like most likely I won't, and I'm just going to forget. I'm just going to have this video to remind myself why I purchased 10 $5 books, like 4 $7 books, and X, Y, and Z, right? Okay, novelist Patrick Hamlin has come to Los Angeles. Also, FYI, lately a lot of my books have been based from Los Angeles, or the author is from Los Angeles, which was kind of funny to me because I see it when I log things. I don't put the author's location, but when I log a couple of my books lately, the past couple months, I'm like, oh, another Los Angeles author, or another place or a book that's taking place in Los Angeles. But tangent. To oversee the film adaptation of one of his books and try to impress his wife and daughter back home with this last-ditch attempt at professional success. But California is not as he imagined. Drought, wildfires, and corporate corruption are everywhere, and the company behind a mysterious new brand of synthetic water seems to be at the root of it all. Patrick finds an unlikely partner in Cassidy Carter, the cynical Scarlet of his film, and the two investigate the sun-scorched city where they discover the darker side of all that glitters in Hollywood. I don't know. Listen, I picked these books not expecting 5 stars. It's very low expectations when I pick these books, all right? Very low. I just want a good time. I want a messed up time. I want some feelings to be, I don't know, like, I want to read books that aren't all, like, been published in the last 5 years or, like, the last 2 years or whatnot. Like, I love the new books coming out, don't get me wrong, but books have existed since God knows when, and I feel like I missed out on a couple of good books that are older, and so I feel like a sale or thrifting gives me the chance, or a library, but don't go there often because I have a physical TBR to do. But to get a chance to look at these books that were published before my time or when I was younger that I just didn't have a chance to read. That's why I really want your guys' help to let me know. Have you read this and did you enjoy? Oh no, it's a little picky. This one I'm kind of excited. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna read it probably this year. It's called Goldilocks. Goldilocks by Laura Lamb. The cover is honestly whatever to me, but I still I was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. For these women, Earth is no longer in the inhabitable zone. So interested. If there's anything you need to know about me, your girl loves space. I love space. I love time travel. I love women. Definitely if they're the focal point. What's it called? I like a little drama. I like slow romance. Slow. Like it to be on the side. But mainly space. Space and robots. How could I forget robots? So many of my books have robots. But those are my favorite. Those are like my bread and butter. That's where I feel the most excited. But yeah, it's just something with space related, right? So I had to get it. And I was like, please, please, please be a good space book. But I think the blurb was in the inside. No, okay, the blurb's in the back. Despite increasing restrictions on the freedoms of women on Earth, Valerie Black is spearheading the first all-female mission on the planet in the Goldilocks zone, where conditions are just right for a human habitation. It's humanity's last hope for survival, but when things start going wrong on the ship, the crew began to suspect that someone on board is concealing a terrible secret and realize time for life on Earth may be running out faster than they feared. It sounds so good in my head. Okay, listen, I haven't read a lot of things. Not me explaining myself after every time. If I get overly excited, this is truly even if I had to redo this, just rereading this again just makes me this excited for books. All right, but I liked who this was dedicated to. But to the Mercury 13 and all the female astronauts since, and those still to come. Raise your hand if you ever dreamt about being an astronaut. Raise it tall and proud. All right, next is the hardbacks. All right, $5 for all of these. Actually, no, not this big ass book. This book was $7, but oh wait, actually, hold on. Drink break. Awesome. Okay. Almost there. Okay. One's called Riot Baby. Oh, one's called Riot Baby by, I don't know, Tochi Oniboshi? I'm sorry. I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong. I'll look up that later. This is the one I want to say. I could care less about blurbs. Movies have blurbs all the time. All the freaking time, okay? Me and Joe, we could care less about who says what about so and so, no matter how popular they are. We just don't read it because I feel like it says nothing to me. It speaks nothing to me. So personally, right? But in this moment, as someone who was looking at books that didn't know anything or going into any majority, only one book I knew about, honestly, out of the rest of the books, the blurb worked. I will admit, the blurb worked. Because when I didn't even read what the blurb was. I didn't even read what they quoted. I just read who it came from. And one of them came from R.F. Kuang. And I literally just finished the book. Not literally, it's been a couple weeks. But by her, I just finished the book. I was like, hold on, not an author I recognize. I don't recognize anybody, but this was one I definitely recognized. Let me read it to you because, again, this is why I don't read these things. It says nothing to me, but stunningly original, brutal, and electric. I don't know. Okay. Good. That's good. I still don't know much, but, that's good. I'm glad you read it. If anything, it tells me that they read the book, and that's good enough, right? Blurb is in the inside. Yeah, okay. It's a novella. It's very short. I'm actually debating to read it to you. Probably not. I still stick to my personal rule of if it was interesting enough with certain indicators, it's good enough. They're just so short, and I really want to go into it, going knowing nothing. So, right, baby, let me know if you've heard of these. I do look up on Goodreads last night, not in the time when I was purchasing these books, but last night when I was logging them, because I take that information and I copy and paste it into like the what's it called, the description, the author's name, stuff like that, you know, like the amount, because it has how many pages, every information about that. I go Goodreads. I'm actually surprised all of these were above 3 stars. None of these were 4 stars. Maybe one of them, I don't know. I think it was James. I could be wrong, don't quote me on that. It doesn't matter though, but doesn't fully matter. But what, to my surprise, because I thought I may accidentally had like a dud, as in like almost everybody hates it kind of book. It's like, no, a lot of these were just very like general 3 stars, high ass 3 stars, and almost 4 stars. And that was just to my surprise, because I was going into these books knowing like I'm just gonna have a good time and then close it, and that was it. Like I wasn't gonna go hella deep into some of these. I'm definitely will, but you know, I had very low expectations. So I was pretty pleased with that. I was like, oh, my random picks weren't like that bad to the general public. So hopefully like I'm with the general public. I got one that was from the kids book section. So this is considered middle grade. The cover, please. Oh, actually, sorry, not to backtrack, but this is the author who made this book, by the way. I've surprisingly had a couple books from Black authors from this like haul, and I'm so happy. Just to my surprise, I was like, another Black author, yes. So I was pretty happy. And we have another one. Everyone's just gorgeous and beautiful, yo. This one actually had, I think out of all my books, this had the highest rating. When I looked it up last night, this had a high rating. So I'm like over the moon about this. It's so short too. So I don't know if I want to tell you. It does, actually, well, I do. You deserve to know. You deserve to know. So you can pick it up too. I think the pronunciation's Atto. I could be wrong. But Atto hasn't visited his grandmother's house since he was 7. He heard the rumors that she's a witch, and his mother has told him that he must never sit on the old couch on her porch. Now, oh God, I'm sorry, I can't read. Here he is on the exact porch with a strange-looking drink his grandmother has given him, wondering if the rumors are true. What's more, there's a freshly dug hole in her yard that Otto suspects may be a grave meant for him. Meanwhile, at school, Otto and his friends have entered a competition to win an entry for the NAMO. Look it up. It's NNOMA. The island bird sanctuary that Otto's father helped create. But something is poisoning the community garden where their project is housed. Otto sets out to track down the culprit. In doing so, he brings the estranged mother and grandmother back together and begins healing the wounds left in the family by his father's death years before. And that hole in the yard, it's a grave, but not for the purpose Otto feared. And it brings a tender celebratory ending to the deeply felt and universal story of healing and love from one of Ghana's most admired children's authors. The back is even beautiful, and I'm not talking about the cover of the back. I'm not talking about the looks for once, y'all. Like this whole I read this first before the actual blurb when I realized this wasn't the actual blurb. I didn't realize this until I was filming yesterday. This is the blurb. This in the back sold me, and I honestly was just like, why aren't most books backs like this? You know, it pretty much was like a little bit of what the inside is about, like the writing style, like you're practically reading the book, what it feels like on the back, and it was just like giving you a scenery, and then something happens, like it leaves you in suspense, and I'm just like, that's cute. Like it's nothing deep. It's just like, okay, you're in this zone, you're near these flowers, you're in this garden, you're about to do something, and then this happens. That's the back of the book. How cute, how freaking cute. But yeah, again, it's crossing the stream. Let me know if you read this one. Please, please, please. Moving on to the only one I know that most of you have heard. And it is called James. Yes, this was for $5. Yes, it was. No, I'm sorry, I'm lying. I think this was for $7. I think this was for $7. I will say, I do not know anything besides people talking about it. And I want to stay with that. Yep, I want to stay with that. I want to stay with that. I did look up this book on Goodreads because I copy and paste this into my personal notes again, but I didn't really read it. It was just a quick copy and paste. I told myself I was actually just gonna grab this at the library. I don't have a lot of space, but I keep saying that, and then next thing you know, I show you guys a book haul. So I have to stop saying that about the space thing, even though it's a very real problem. But the thing is, I actually wanted to own the older copies. I keep saying it's an older copy. I told myself I was gonna research this. Let me see if I can pull it up. In comparison, you know what I mean? I wanted this one if I were to purchase. But when you tell me this is less than $10, I'm gonna buy it. When you tell me the hardback edition is gonna be less than $10, it's not even $9, not even $8, not even $6, but $7. I think this one's only $10 or $14. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I actually think this edition's not that bad, but if it's in front of my face, I'm just gonna go grab this one. Who knows? We'll see. If I super, super love it, I might get the other cover. I don't own duplicates of books unless it's my absolutely favorite. Example, Lord of the Rings is something I will have another copy for like paperback for because I have hardbacks for that one. Besides that, I don't have a dupe for any other books. We'll see. James. Excited to read that one. And our last book. Finally, if you made it towards the end, thank you. I'm so sorry this ended up being too long. And with that, I will also have like a drinking break because my throat. Northwoods. I was surprised to even see this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've seen this cover somewhere. I have no clue. Absolutely no clue where I've seen this cover. I've seen it everywhere though. And I was like, huh, is it good? Purely based on something else familiar. Only 2 books were familiar, and it was James and it was Northwood. James more recently because it's on the front of like a lot of bookstores right now. And this one, no clue. I just know this cat. I'll read it to you because I had to read it. Geez, even so much, all these books in their back of blurbs, like paragraphs of blurbs for this one. Let me know if you definitely read this one, all right? I have no clue if it's going to be good or not. But to my surprise, there's illustrations in here. So, when 2 young lovers abscond from a Puritan company, little do they know that their humble cabin in the woods will become a home of an extraordinary succession of human and non-human characters alike. An English soldier, destined for glory, abandons the battlefield of the New World to devote himself to growing apples. A pair of spinster twins navigate war and famine, envy and desire. A crime reporter unearths an ancient mass grave, only to discover that Earth refuses to give up its secrets. A lovelorn painter and a sinister con man, I want to say corn. A stalking panther, a lusty beetle. As inhabitants confront the wonder and mystery around them, they begin to realize that the dark beautiful past, I'm sorry, I'm skipping words I can't pronounce, is very much alive. I only read a portion of that. To me, when I read that, I was like, you can't fail me. There's so much going on. And that was my thought process of getting this book. I was like, a lusty beetle, a panther, a painter, a con man. You better be the most interesting book I've ever read. You don't got to be a 5. You don't got to be a 4-star, but you got to be interesting. Don't bore me, Northwoods. All right, that's all. So I can't wait. It was worth the money. I think that was also $7. So the $10 things, what did I get? That was freaking $10. I think it was only 2 things that were $10. Anyways, that's what I got. I won't be reading synopsis like that if I'm doing book reviews I'm gonna call them, they essentially are like the reading wrap-ups essentially are like book reviews, right? So I won't be reading synopses like that. I'm going to summarize it the best I could for a wrap-up video. But if it's something I have never even heard of, I'm definitely going to be reading the synopsis and reading like a portion of it to you, so you know why I bought it in the first place. I don't know if I even have to justify myself buying it to you. Not that you all care, but yeah, that's this portion. I think we'll end it there for this like little reading vlog. I think it's gonna be a reading vlog. It's gonna be a long reading vlog, so I apologize. But yeah, I think the next video would be picking my April TBR. I've never done that before, so pretty excited to film that soon. It's already March 30th, so I might film it later after this. And the reading wrap-ups, I do it bi-monthly, so you're not gonna see that. You're not even gonna see what I read for March anytime soon, like a month from now. So we'll see. Yeah, okay. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. I have to get used to saying that, I feel. But yeah. And nice to meet everyone who has subscribed to the channel so far. I know we're brand new and you only had one video to base me on, and it wasn't even that good of a video. I didn't say anything about the book but my feelings. So thanks for joining me on this continuing journey of Kim reads novels, essentially. Okay. Bye. Bye.